Hi, welcome back to Let Us Seek the Lord, where we are reading through the Bible in 3.5 years at the rate of about a chapter a day, sometimes two. And today's passage is Leviticus 6, and this will be broadcast on April the 3rd. Let's get to reading. And the Lord said to Moses, a person might sin against the Lord by doing one of these sins. He might lie about what happened to something he was taking care of for someone else. Or he might lie about a promise he made. He might steal something or cheat someone. He might find something that had been lost and then lie about it. He might make a promise for the Lord about something and not mean it. Or he might do some other sin. If he does any of these things, he is guilty of sin. He must bring back whatever he stole or whatever he took by cheating. He must bring back the thing he took care of for someone else. And he must bring back what he found and lied about or what he made a false promise about. He must pay the full price plus an extra 1/5 of the value of what he took. He must give the money to the true owner on the day that he brings his penalty offering. He must bring his penalty to the priest, a male sheep from the flock, one that does not have anything wrong with it, and that is worth the correct amount. It'll be a penalty offering to the Lord. Then the priest will perform the acts to remove the person's sins so that he will belong to the Lord. And the Lord will forgive him for sins that made him guilty. The Lord said to Moses, give this command to Aaron and the priest. These are the teachings about the whole burnt offering. The burnt offering must stay on the altar all night until morning, and the altar's fire must be kept burning. The priest must put on his linen robe and linen underclothes next to his body. Then he will remove the ashes from the burnt offering on the altar and put them beside the altar. Then he must take off those clothes and put on others and carry the ashes outside the camp to a special clean place. But a fire must be kept burning on the altar. It must not be allowed to go out. The priests must put more firewood on the altar every morning. Place the whole burnt offering on the fire and burn the fat of the fellowship offerings. The fire must be kept burning on the altar all the time. It must not go out. These are the teachings about the grain offering. The priest must bring it to the Lord in front of the altar. The priest must take a handful of fine flour with oil, all the incense on it, and burn the grain offering on the altar as a memorial offering to the Lord. Its smell is pleasing to him. Aaron and the priest may eat what is left, but it must be eaten without yeast in a holy place. They must eat it in the courtyard of the meeting tent. It must not be cooked with yeast. I've given it as their share of the offerings made to me by fire. It is most holy, like the sin offering and the penalty offering. Any male descendant of Aaron may eat it as his share of the offerings made to the Lord by fire, and this will continue from now on. Whatever touches these offerings shall become holy. And then the Lord said to Moses, this is the offering Aaron and the priests must bring to the Lord on the day that they appoint Aaron as high priest. They must bring 2 quarts of fine flour for a continual grain offering, half of it in the morning and half in the evening. The fine flour must be mixed with oil and cooked on a griddle. Bring it when it's well mixed. Present the grain offering that is broken into pieces, and it will be a smell that is pleasing to the Lord. One of the priests appointed to take Aaron's place as high priest must make the grain offering. It's a rule forever that the grain offering must be completely burned to the Lord. Every grain offering made by a priest must be completely burned, and it shall not be eaten. And the Lord said to Moses, tell Aaron and the priest, these are the teachings about the sin offering. The sin offering must be killed in front of the Lord in the same place the whole burnt offering is killed. It is most holy. The priest who offers the sin offering must eat it in a holy place in the courtyard of the meeting tent. Whatever touches the meat of the sin offering must be holy. And if the blood is sprinkled on any clothes, you must wash them in a holy place. The clay pot the meat is cooked in must be broken, or if a bronze pot is used, it must be scrubbed and rinsed with water. Any male in a priest's family may eat the offering, it's most holy. But if the blood of the sin offering is taken from the meeting tent and used to remove sin in the holy place, then the sin offering must be burned with fire. It must not be eaten. About 15 years ago, I camped out with some families of a 4-H outdoor adventure club. One of our lessons was on campfires. Our camp out provided the youth the time to apply what they had learned in building a campfire. Our fuel for the fire was damp from the rains that had arrived right before we arrived. So we did not accomplish our goal of starting a fire with one match. However, each campsite was able to accomplish getting their fire going. And so we kept the fire burning until late at night. At my campsite, I was the first one out of the tent in the morning. I decided to start a fire using the coals of the fire from the last night. It was very easy. The coals, although they looked dead, were still very hot. No matches were even needed. All I needed was some dry tinder and smaller sticks, and soon I had a roaring fire going again. If properly tended, a fire is very easy to keep going. Here in the midst of the instruction on burnt offerings, the priests are commanded, a fire shall always be burning on the altar. It shall never go out. Fire is a symbol of purity. It's a symbol of passion. It's a symbol of the presence of God. If we are now a tabernacle of God, what does the fire, which never goes out, symbolize? The context within the passage is concluding instruction concerning trespass offering. These are offerings for sins that were intentional and caused damage to someone else. The continual fire was representative of our continual need for forgiveness of sin. The writer of Hebrews tells us that these sacrifices are a picture of Jesus, who is our high priest, Hebrews 8, 3-5. He is also, as well as our priest, he's the sacrifice, Hebrews 10, 5-12. He's a priest who ever lives to make intercession for us, and he never lets the fire go out. But the question remains, do I avail myself of his ministry? Do I regularly return to the fire that he ever keeps burning? It is to his glory that he keeps it burning. After all, he died, rose that he might accomplish just that. The coals of his fire never grow cold. I'm reminded of a line from the movie The Man from Snowy River. And it goes like this: fire can be a hard thing to find in the mountains, but you're welcome in my fire anytime. Fire that provides for the forgiveness and removal of our sin can only be found in one place. It's in the presence of Jesus. It's the glory of the Lord that he tends that fire, and he welcomes us to come. However, on our side of the responsibility, he bids us to come daily and die with him. We have a responsibility to keep that fire going by dying with him and allowing him to raise us up to newness of life, to keep coming to him. Every day is a golden opportunity to stoke the fires at our end by spending time seeking him. Don't squander the opportunity. Don't let the fire in your own heart die out. Make sure you replenish yourself spiritually by coming daily to his cross, to die with him, that he may raise you up. You know, indeed, we serve a glorious King. So speak his glory to someone today.